So if you were to go to a bar, and you're going for the night out, what are you ordering? Like your favorite drink, you're looking forward to having this drink. What are you ordering?
It changes, like I think quarter to quarter, like a business schedule.
Okay. Like your craving for alcohol is different every quarter.
I was really into Scotch for a minute. Like I loved Macallan.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
Then I got super into beer.
Yeah.
But specifically, Victory.
Yeah.
It's a PA.
That's tough to find.
Super tough.
Yeah.
Shout out Public School in LA. They carry it on tap.
Over in Culver City?
Fire.
Yeah.
And now I'm a wine guy. I'm really into Chardonnays and Malbec.
Nice. Okay.
Same question to you because I'm
you're
hungry.
crushing. I'm usually gonna go for tequila, like an añejo tequila. I love tequila, beer, hazy IPAs, things like that. I'm never going to be like, let me have the cocktail on the menu type of thing. It also bothers me when people are saying, oh, like, I love that place. It has such good cocktails. I've never heard a place have bad cocktails. Have you?
No, but also, like, do people go to bars and restaurants and every
thinking
single time they go there, I'm going to try this one.
I think that's like a real thing.
I actually know somebody. We actually have a mutual that does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But the whole good. Oh, they have great cocktails, dude. It's all booze. It's all gonna be the same. I feel like, unless I don't know. Maybe there's bartenders making different things, but
it's probably different with the bartender. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever kiss a bartender?
I've never kissed a bartender. Actually, my first time in Nashville. Damn it. Nashville always gets you.
Wait a minute. Your wife's probably watching. Let's not talk about this.
Let's get it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Manly Things.
Sort of.
The podcast where we break down men's fashion, red carpets, what to wear on that date, helping your brother or father, partner figure out what's in their closet, that kind of thing.
Did you ever tell anybody what the original intro to this show was? On 3.
No.
Yo.
Yeah, no. We cut that out. Real quick. My name is Evan Simonich. I'm a celebrity menswear stylist based here in Los Angeles. Sally, tell the people who you are.
My name is Sally. I just started studying microbiology in Germany. It's going well.
Lovely. How long are you staying out? Like, are you going out there this year?
I'm there now.
You're there now? Okay,
yeah.
Mentally. Good. This is going to be a fun episode. We're going to talk about us and how we came together as a couple, partnership.
I know
friends,
you're all wondering.
Yeah, friends, business partners. I don't know, who knows. But either way, we're going to
we should start a business. What did you say? There was an app? We're going to start
an
app.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not going to say it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No,
we're starting an app. It's in... Sorry.
I do want to let the people know because it will come out at some point. We're going to do this app.
Sure.
Either way.
Sure, yeah.
I as soon as I walked in today, I got in here late. My apologies. I loved immediately what you were wearing because this is the first time I've ever seen you in like legit color. So let's do the leg kick. Let's see it all.
Sure.
What are you wearing today?
I'm going to do it a little different this time.
Okay. Oh, he's going to get up. Here we go. But we're not going to be able to hear you. Okay, here we go.
I'll just speak up.
Yeah. So today. Watch out for the cactus.
I got the R13s.
R13s.
The vintage Marnies.
Vintage Marnies.
Vintage camel shirt.
I love the vintage camel shirt from the 90s. And a Loro Piana.
And this Loro Piana jacket, which I'm going to take off soon because it's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's hot. No, you look dope, dude. I love the pants. The shirt is crazy.
Thanks.
It's crazy because like it doesn't say Camel cigarettes on it. It's just the logo, but everyone knows that logo.
It's the subtle it's one of my most perfect shirts that I own.
It's awesome.
The intention of the fit was to look like someone from the 50s, and I think I did really well.
You did good.
With the high waist and the sort of crop jacket. Speaking of...
hold on. I don't want to talk about me. I want to ask you. What are the glasses from? Because you've had the glasses for a while.
These are Matsuda.
Okay. I always think of, whenever I see glasses like that, I think of the like the reptile glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like the
yeah.
translucent, where like if you were to look one way, they'd either be closed or open. Yeah. Whenever I see those, I always think of those glasses.
Is that a compliment?
No.
Okay,
not
well then
really.
I'm about to compliment. I'm going to insult you.
Okay.
That jacket looks horrible on you.
No.
Just kidding. Did you ever
Oh,
get that tailored? Because the way that
no.
it's cropped in the back and it goes.
Yeah, it's almost like cinched a little bit, huh?
It's so nice.
Thanks,
I love
man.
that
No,
jacket.
as soon as I saw it, I would say it's probably a little bit too small. There's no way I can zip this up, but like I just love it. I saw it and I immediately was like, that's my jacket.
Those are the best fitting clothes. The one
know.
that like
That really
a little
don't
too
fit.
small.
Yeah. No, it's like an old school Wrangler jacket. Like I got this nice like Levi's vintagey white T-shirt on and Celine jeans.
The shirt is amazing. You have
Yeah.
the best white shirts.
Yeah, I probably have like 40 white T-shirts, and I don't need 40 white T-shirts, but
Can I borrow some?
yeah, I
Jesus.
know. I know. No, but today, yeah, I'm excited to let the people know where we came from, why I'm a stylist, why you are a successful influencer, and yeah, and just let people know that this is going to be a podcast that we are very passionate about and excited to kind of give you our expertise and our opinions on things, and we'll validate why you should listen to our podcast and tune in on a weekly basis and you know, help you guys where we can.
I think this is the perfect time for the like intro of hi, my name's Sally.
My name's Evan.
You're probably wondering how we got here.
Yeah. It's like the narrator's kind of
Where's
speaking
the
everything.
freeze frame
Yeah.
where you're like punching me in the face?
Right, exactly. I would like to start with how we came together. So we have some producers that are very good friends of ours. You've known them for a while. I've known them for about, 5-6 years now. And they've become dear, dear friends to me and my wife. And you've obviously been with them for a long time. So they're the ones that brought us together. Should we name them? No. Okay. They want their anonymity.
Well, when we have them on as guests.
Yeah,
we'll name them.
exactly.
That will be
her first.
Sure. I don't even know if we should have him on.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They will get there at some point.
We'll probably have their kid on before he gets on. Either way, I'm fascinated with your story because I had heard so much about you as a person and how I was gonna say like outlandish, like just very outgoing. You have such like a strong and loud personality, and as I've gotten to know you, it's been awesome. So, yeah. So compliment me now. Like, what do you have to say about me?
I was gonna tell my story.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I already did that. That was the last segment. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about me now. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Sally. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is.
You go Sally
Are you
Salamander.
really gonna
Do we
interrupt
go
me?
Sally Salamander? Or
No,
we
it's
go
just
Sally?
when I release music, it's Sally John,
Sally John. Okay.
but we're gonna go by Sally now.
Sally it is.
No music out yet, but I'll let you know when it comes out. Thanks for all the compliments. I appreciate that.
There's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of this is like a kind of like a
We're
dick
gonna
suck
be-
fest. But it's all right.
I kind of agree. I've always been like the more colorful
Mm-hmm.
person in the group of friends, and I've always been the. I would call myself annoying in the past.
Okay.
But like comedically annoying.
Yeah.
You would have enough of me, but you'd be like, ah.
Would you
That
were
Sally.
you always trying to be like the class clown type person?
No, not in school, but
Okay.
everywhere else, yeah, for sure. Like the bowling alley,
Okay.
the fucking.
Out with friends, things like that.
Where I'm from in Philly, we used to have.
We're in Philadelphia,
like Philly suburbs, West
Okay.
Philly suburbs.
West Philly.
Cue the Will Smith.
Yeah,
I don't like Will Smith right now. I don't like him.
It did cross my mind.
Just really quickly, there was a every Friday night there was a skating rink, like a hockey rink, that would have a social hour for teens under the age of like 18.
Okay.
Did you ever have that here?
No.
Okay.
No.
Super weird. All right. I when I was talking to our producers about getting together for this podcast, they were essentially saying the same thing that they said to you. They're like, "Yeah, you're funny and you're like loud and
Me?
you talk." No, to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They didn't say anything about you.
Okay, yeah,
You were a surprise to me, really.
Yeah.
When did we first meet? Wait, hold on. You were
Before
supposed
that.
to come to their party at some point.
So yeah, so this couple eventually got married. The whole thing was beautiful, and I was like, God, like this is the person. And I had this idea for this podcast of I come from a sports background, and so you have these sports talk shows and ESPN that are breaking down, playoff games, Sunday football games, baseball, whatever. And I wanted to make that for fashion and like red carpets. So I had this idea for like, no joke, like 5-6 years. And I was like, and I'm more of an idea man. Like doing things and putting things together never actually happens. But these producers, this couple kind of kicked me in the butt and was like, hey, like, let's actually do this. And we think we have a good person for you. His name is
Sally.
And I was like, yeah, cool. Like let's be in touch. I didn't actually think this was actually going to be a thing. So the first time I met you was at their wedding in church, and you were sweating. This was a rehearsal, like the Friday night rehearsal. You were sweating so much, and I was like, dude, this guy like either hates Catholicism, like this guy's sweating in church. Like what is going on? Why were you sweating? Oh, you were late.
Well, first of, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sweating now.
Take the jacket off.
I was sweating then as I am sweating now because I was fucking nervous.
Yeah.
First of all, I was nervous wearing a huge trench coat. And
that you ended up wearing to the wedding, too.
That I ended up wearing. Dude, that was such a fucking nightmare. I landed in New Orleans. I got into an Uber. I ran into the hotel that we were staying at, ran into the bathroom, didn't even check in yet. Got changed into my wedding costume. I was sweating the entire time. I grabbed the fucking paper thin toilet paper, wiped my whole body down with it.
The horse bath. Yeah, the horse bath.
Oh, my God. I was sweating just from the whole fucking hour-long journey to that moment where I finally met my future co-host.
Yeah. I'll never forget it. Just because it's one of those where, like, this person's going to have a huge impact in your life. And yeah, it was lovely, man.
You know what's
we had a good weekend together, too. It was great.
We were also named the cameramen. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah, she gave us this cool handheld camera, and she's like, it would be great if you could film this. And it was a lot of fun doing that. And then I like had to step away, and I was like, I think this guy would be way better to do this. So
I lost one of the cameras.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so everyone knows that.
So ever since then, we've kind of did what we could to kind of get to know each other and see how our back and forth was, and we thought it was really good, and our producers thought it was really good. So here we are today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like not knowing you. Like I like kind of know you. You're an acquaintance.
And the same thing. And like that's what's gonna help. That's gonna be what's been great about this podcast is every week we're gonna get to know each other and like be shocked with like who
Do you think will this get boring?
Yeah, it's gonna get boring at some point.
At
some point, it's gonna get boring.
There's so many red carpets to talk about.
So many red carpets
and
every year.
I change my personality like again every quarter.
That's true. Yeah, you have a different job every month, so it's like it's perfect.
Okay, enough about us. Yeah. Let's talk about you.
Oh, okay.
Where do you come from? Who are you?
Man.
How did you get into the position that you're in now? Because I feel like it's a super long story, but
it's
I've
a
got
long
time.
story. Yeah, it's a long story. Yeah, we're gonna fill this whole episode. Born and raised here in Los Angeles, and I feel like it's a rarity to come across a person like someone who's from LA. But luckily, like, all my like close friends were all from like the suburbs of Los Angeles, outside of downtown. So I just have always been around music, always been around like movies and like the making of it all. I thought it was always fascinating, like pop culture and things like that. So I was like, what can I do that's in that realm? But I also played sports all my life. I played baseball.
I was just
baseball.
Gonna say,
yeah,
this is the part that I do know. What can I do that involves me with the fashion and like movie industry?
But that wasn't until college. I had that mentality when I was in college. But it was baseball from the get go. I went to college for baseball, and everything was looking good. I was hoping to get drafted and be a professional baseball player, and end up getting hurt.
Did your dad coach you when you were a kid?
Yeah, he coached me, but he never. I wouldn't even call my dad an athlete. He was just a really good coach. Like, and that just goes to show how good of a father he is. Yeah, where I know I can always turn to him if I had any big business decision or something like that. I always turn to him and So he's like a lifelong coach. Shout out, Dad. I love you, Dad. Who's start crying? No. So I ended up getting hurt my junior year and kind of had to put things into perspective. And so when that happened, I was obviously still playing, but I kind of took college as like a big grab bag, like let's get some experience. So I had like a radio show in college. I was an art major, so I helped run the student art gallery. So I put on like exhibitions and things like that. And all while I was still playing. But once I knew like my last game, I was going to graduate and all that it was all over. I knew what my job was going to be. I luckily had a gig set up to work on CSI Miami, and I was a wardrobe PA on CSI Miami for the last season there, and kind of learned the ins and outs of like being in the fashion world, in like that TV world. But then I quickly realized like TV, like costumers are so different than like what I wanted to do, so because they're working on building characters and I wanted to work on building like a person, so I did that for a year, and then I moved to New York. I was like obsessed with New York, and my college dorm room was like all New York, black and white New York pictures. You lived in New York for a little bit, right?
I did for like
There's something
7
about
years.
that city, man. Like I just adore New York.
It takes 3 years for it to kill you, but once you're dead, it's
Yeah.
so amazing.
What I like about New York, man, is like you can have enough money for rent. Like you say you rent like $1,200. You're probably making $1,500 like that month, right? That $300, you are at bars, you are at brunch, you are finding ways to still go out. But if you have your rent money, you're golden, and then everything else is for.
That's all that matters.
That's all that
exactly.
matters. Yeah.
Because you create like these neighborhood spots where people go,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're here. Here's a drink."
Exactly. Yeah.
You get things for free.
And like you're taking the subway home to and from work, and so like if you're off of work and walking home at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then there's like a bar right there that like looks like a good time, you might just pop in there and go and check out the bar, So, so I loved New York. I was there for a little over a year. I worked at Vanity Fair and GQ for a little bit. Yeah, I ran the fashion closet at Vanity Fair and loved that, but it was like stressful because like
what's a fashion closet?
So every magazine has a fashion closet. So all of the clothes that go to a photo shoot first have to go through the fashion closet. So you check it all in. All the editors look at it. They call stuff in. They make sure they have every piece for whoever's styling the shoot. And then you are responsible then to get them to the shoot. Help that stylist get that to the shoot. Basically this.
Closet.
Yeah, exactly. Everything.
Slime City.
Slime City. And so everything that comes here for fittings or photo shoots all comes through here, and then we pack it out and send it out there. So, so I was learning that at 22 years old. Now I'm 34, going on 35, and it's all still the same stuff, man. Still the same stuff. So worked in New York for a little bit, and I realized like I wanted to be a celebrity stylist. Like that's when it all clicked in. Like Rachel Zoe. Do you know who Rachel Zoe is?
I think so.
So Rachel Zoe had like a reality TV show. Brad Goreski was an assistant on the show. That's how he kind of got his fame. And I saw this job of being a celebrity stylist, and I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. So luckily I did a good job at Vanity Fair, and the editor there, or the fashion director, linked me up with a couple stylists, one being an angel named Samantha McMillan, who gave me my start. So I assisted her in New York. I moved to LA and worked with another stylist, and then eventually got to Samantha and helped all her guys for 3 years. So I learned everything there, everything from Samantha. So once I realized I could do my own thing, I finally bounced off, and didn't go anywhere, man. I was like, oh man, I just came off of a huge press tour. I'm gonna be a fucking big stylist, and I was nope. Once I got out from under her umbrella, man, nobody gives a fuck. I emailed all these publicists and did all this stuff, and no one cared, man. No one cared.
Something that just stuck out to me, which I think people should care about when listening to this podcast, is your differentiation of costumers versus stylists. And costumer, the way that you said it was so fucking simple but profound.
Yeah, the building
costumers build the character, whereas you build the person, the persona.
Yeah, because when you're working with a client, you're helping them. They're asking you questions. They obviously they're putting themselves out there, so they don't want to go out there looking like a fool. So they have a lot of trust in the stylist and person they hire to help get them ready to go. So
because it's real life.
It's real life. You
have to have a huge amount of trust.
And so, but when those actors go into a fitting with a costumer, it's the character. So they usually don't have a ton of input. Obviously they'll say this is uncomfortable, whatnot. But you're actually trusting the costume designer. Be like, no, I see Timmy wearing this, so you are wearing that. I'm never like that. In a fitting, like if I'm working with someone, I'm not going to be like, I think I need you to wear this. I think like you're going to look good in this. I need you in this. It's always like, do whatever you feel comfortable in. Like let's ride with that. So
Cool.
yeah, you
Very cool.
You gotta be collaborative. You know.
Next question is, how long have you rocked this haircut?
Is it a good haircut or is it a bad haircut?
I'll let
Do
you
you
know
like-
after you answer the question.
Well, you know what's funny? So I got a haircut on Friday, and this is we're also going to talk about grooming because this is a grooming thing that happened to me. So I got a haircut Friday, and I always say one on the sides and then kind of blend it up to the top and just trim the top a little bit. Don't do anything crazy. I always show them like a Bad Bunny reference picture. That's always what I go after. And I ask for the one, and I go home and then trim my beard and blend it in blend it in with the hair. And it was a 1 guard. And I go up to my hair, and I'm like, you motherfucker didn't give me a 1. And so then I had to I was like, okay, how am I going to fix this? So then I had to go and like in the mirror, I'm trying to blend it. So this is kind of like, obviously this is not me, but my sides is, I had to do this. So if I look foolish, bro, I'm sorry.
I had no idea you were this insecure. This is
I know.
incredible.
Because you asked about it, and like you were the first person to ask about it, and like this literally happened last night. I was like, oh no, and I was on my way to a big
I saw
party.
you turn beet red.
I know. I saw you finish your beer, so I'm gonna give you another one.
Ask me how long I've had this hairstyle.
I love your long hair, and I know
Thanks.
you thought about cutting it, and we might cut it on the podcast at some point.
I think we are.
How long have you had long hair for?
Only the last.
Oh, read. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Only for the last 2 years, which is, I think this is a really good segue to me telling my story.
Yeah,
You
please.
should have seen all of the fucking hairstyles that I've had growing up.
So I have Googled you.
Oh no!
I have Googled you, and there was a young picture. I think are we gonna put it out there or no? Should we not? Come on.
No. I have this amazing picture of me kindergarten through grade 9 of my school pictures, and that's what I'm gonna send to her.
They're all online, or
no. I have a private photo. Now they're gonna be online, but
okay.
Anyway, I grew up and I wasn't born with any hair, which really inspired me to do everything and anything possible with my hair. Starting with, I went to college for musical theater. Childhood was nice. I grew up in Philadelphia, and that was a horrible fucking segue.
What do you mean? Why? The hair
into musical theater
born
in Philadelphia.
You went way back.
Rewind.
Wait. Can we talk about the hair real quick? Because in the picture that I saw you online, you were a different person. Like that's not the person I know.
Is it the photo of me in college?
I mean, it was super short. I think you had like a white V-neck on or something like that.
Yes, dude. I know.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't put that picture on there. But it's great though. Because it doesn't even look like you.
No, I look very different from my 20s and teens.
But if you were to cut your hair, where are you gonna go with it?
Buzz.
Really?
Yeah. Back to my roots. Back to
back to you
when
I
was born. I
baby.
didn't have any hair.
Okay, so now we So now here we go. Baby.
Perfect segue.
So, okay. So
Thanks
age
for sticking around,
1.
folks.
Age 1.
Sorry, I had to burp. Born in Philadelphia, grew up with a pretty normal family. Italian, Irish, Catholic.
Love it.
That's not
Love
normal. That's the furthest thing from
I
normal.
know. Yeah, but East Coast. But if you think about Philly, East Coast, you almost go down like Italian, Catholic. Down
everyone's Catholic from the
exactly.
East Coast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Catholic or Jewish. After high school, I went to college in Philly for musical theater and ballet.
Wow.
After my second year.
That's why you could do the splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Easily.
Now people see the photo.
Yeah.
I went to college for musical theater and ballet, and after my second year,
Juilliard, right?
No way.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep that undisclosed. I went to New York for 6 months straight, every weekend to audition for things, and finally I booked the Broadway national tour of West Side Story.
Whoa, that's cool.
um,
Yeah.
which made me drop out of college. Happiest day of my life. I went to the director of arts or whatever at the university, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be moving to New York at the end of the year. I don't think I'm going to be coming back." And he's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
Yeah.
Dog, what the fuck? I'm in school for musical
I know,
theater, and I
yeah.
gotta fucking. That was so annoying,
Yeah.
but also the best day of my life because I left, and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna fucking come back."
Well, and
Anyway,
you never forgot that. That almost probably helped drive
it was
you.
transformative for sure. I then moved to New York, rehearsed, traveled around North America for 13 or 14 months.
Amazing.
Ended in Miami, Florida, hung out with some people there, moved to New York, and went into a deep, deep, deep depression, which then prompted me to start writing music.
Well, can we talk about the depression real quick?
Why?
Well, I just want to ask, like, was it because you, like, the work had stopped, or what caused that?
Well, my musical theater girlies will know what like the postpartum
Girlies.
show depression is. It's like when you have a baby and it's not in the womb anymore. It's almost
Yeah.
exactly like that.
Two guys talking about pregnancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Manly things.
Yeah, sort of. Okay. I understand what you're saying.
So after moving to New York, I it started my music career.
Okay.
I was just like making my own music and sort of hooking up with a few different people who were also trying to make music.
Great.
And eventually I booked a gig out here in LA, which it started off being bi-coastal, and then I moved here eventually in 2016. So I just dove way deeper into making music, specifically for myself. In 2018 and 19, I was going through a very difficult time, and I expressed all of my
Amazing.
coping and emotions through this album that I put out, which is, in my opinion, the best thing I've ever heard.
Amazing. That's cool. That's great. And he also made the music for the title, and when this podcast is over, that's him.
Right.
Yeah.
If anyone needs a producer, engineer,
Yeah.
hit me up. My email is ydkma000@gmail.com. Maybe we should bleep
I like that. No, then you're getting weird stuff.
After 2019, I was just doing contract jobs in the music industry, like recording and background singing and very unsubstantial things to build a career.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, I struggled a lot because I didn't build those like solid relationships because I really never had the opportunity. Millions of people are trying to make it in the music industry.
Yeah.
And because of that, everything slowed down immensely, and I had no work. So the beginning of the quarantine, the pandemic, was me like squeezing out every last artistic expression that I could put into this like tiny little EP project.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it because it sounds exactly like that. It sounds like forced and squeezed. But after I put that out, I tried really hard to make music, and I couldn't get back into it because I was so used to like sharing thoughts in studios with people and having some sort of collaborative effort, which gave me that drive. So I turned to the internet.
Yeah.
In 2022, at the end of it, I was like drowning in my misery of like, I'm not in the music industry anymore. I'm not a superstar. I'm not a pop star.
Yeah.
So I started posting on TikTok. I started posting about my band, Wet T-Shirts, at first. And then it sort of morphed into I created lists of here are the 3 albums that I'm going to listen to this week, and I would talk about why I want to listen to them.
Okay.
Which then I got bored of, and it didn't really hit on the internet. And I posted a few videos of me like getting dressed and showing clothes.
Yeah.
and people liked seeing a guy with a dad bod, a hairy dad bod,
and you are
partially nude.
You are very revealing in your TikTok with that.
Yeah, every morning I rewatch my edits, and I'm like, yeah, your dick is right there for
but it's all
tens of
but you
thousands
edit
of
it very
people to
well.
see.
Like it's very very funny. And but like that's also where we like our producers, they with you doing that, they're like, that's why you are perfect to work
The
with me.
dichotomy of our two.
Because you genuinely care about fashion. Like you care more about fashion than I care about fashion.
You care about dressing people. I care about
You
the
care about
dressing.
but I feel like
It's
you
like a
also you
salad.
care about like the history of fashion. Like I do as well. Like I think I have tons of respect for like the designers and the creative people behind what's out there and who are setting the trends. I feel like, but you are very much in the know of like what's going to come out next. You know, when I kind of have to be kind of focused on what's going on now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I think this relationship is going to be great, because we're going to break down things and you're going to have such a different opinion on what I have. You know, so yeah, it's going to be lovely.
Speaking of which, when I first started doing TikTok, by the way, I got onto the internet to like, again, squeeze out that last bit of like artistic expression. I keep using that, but it's not the right terminology. Anyway,
It is.
I committed to posting my fit every day for 1 year, and it's been fine. At first, it was super exciting. In the middle,
It's a commitment.
it was a
dude.
commitment. I'm thankful
And
that
nothing but
at this
respect,
point,
yeah.
probably by the time you're watching it, it's long
Respect.
over.
Respect. So much respect. Yeah.
But-
the fact that you did that every day for a year.
When I first started, I did runway show reviews, which is where I sort of like dove
Yeah.
into the history of the designer, and
Yeah.
that is, as you were just saying, what I like about the way we perceive fashion.
Mhm.
You have great style, and you know how to dress.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm coming from a position where I see the garments and I'm like, that's beautiful. I
Mhm.
want to add it to my collection.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to fucking style it. I just throw on things
but
that I
even-
think look good.
Even you saying the word, like adding it to my collection, I've never considered like my closet as in like my collection. You know, that's why I think you have
I mean,
value.
have you seen the way you dress? I
I
get
know,
that.
yeah. but also what's funny is like stuff that goes through my closet, I also think that could work for like, oh, this could be good for the shoot. And then like my client or whoever likes it, so I'm like, yeah, just take it. It's fine. So like I have stuff coming in and out, and I'm just usually giving a lot of it away. Or if I wear it one time to that thing, I'm not gonna wear it again. So like, let's just give it away. But that's why I think you value the clothing so much more, because you see like the history behind it all and like where it's come from, where it's gonna go. Yeah,
Thanks.
that's all I have to say.
So here we are, folks.
Here we
we
are.
are hosting a podcast about manly things. I'm taking your lines. This is amazing. I'm
Yeah,
loving
sort
this.
of.
Like,
Yeah, I'll do this sort of thing. Yeah, no, it's a teamwork thing.
I guess now I have some questions about what you're doing
Yeah.
now. We talked about the past. We talked about like us getting
Yeah,
together
yeah.
as a couple.
Good question. You're about to ask a quick question.
No, I was
Yeah.
kissing you.
Yeah.
What are you excited to do with your clients? Do you work in rote? Like, do you just like repeat because what you found works, and why would you do anything
that's a
else
good
if it works?
question.
Or are you a trend forecaster? Do you look forward to putting your clients in different
Yeah,
suits and stuff
I
like
try. I think it just depends on the client. I feel like the guys I work with are all over the place. I have about 5 or 6 country musicians, and then I have about 15 to 20 actors right
that?
now.
Whoa, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's
15 to
fucking
20 actors.
nuts.
Yeah,
dude.
and then but they're all busy. That's why I love the guys I work with, just because they're always in the middle of productions, and everything's so last minute with them, because they're going from production to home to an event back to production. So it's always like logistically kind of a nightmare. But yeah, I respect the guys I work with so much. And then I have like some personal shopping. So like every job is different, and I think we try to I think we try to set some trends, and I think what's out there, what's out there and available to us isn't usually available to the public, right? So if we're working with samples, it's what's going to be out in like 6 months. So we're kind of ahead of it anyway, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a really cool I wish I was you.
yeah, no, it's dope to see some of the stuff that like is out before stores. Cause then like I might have someone in something in February, and then I'm walking through a store in November and it's out, and it's like, dude, this is
What a cool
old
feeling.
to me. Yeah. So yeah, so I think it just depends on the project, depends on the person that I'm working with. But as of right now, yeah, I spent so much time with my country artists this year because the actors were on strike and everything. So
True, you were in Nashville all the time.
I was in Nashville. Yeah, I probably go to Nashville about like 8 to 10 times a year. So like it's at least once a month, and yeah, it's great. Like I adore Nashville, and a lot of the team out there are trying to get me to move out there, especially with my family growing. So
whoa,
yeah, I'm LA born and raised. I can't be I can't be another one of those LA people that moved to Nashville and then I'm just an LA person in Nashville. Like that can't happen. So we're gonna stay here in LA. But yeah, I'm excited for what's to come and kind of build these clientele. I've been with the guys I've been with for about like 4 years now, and I'm more in the line of like saying no to people rather than really trying to pitch myself to go get new people, which I is very, very comfortable. However, I am very competitive. So if I see another stylist with someone I really want to work with, it does kill me a little bit, which is why I don't have any social media. Is because I can't take the competitiveness of it.
But what the people don't know is that you're actually going to be running the Manly Things.
Oh,
Instagrams.
no. There's no way. There's no way.
Is there any industry that you would want to infiltrate?
Into? Yeah. Ooh, that's a great question.
Infiltrate. I don't know. I use such like nihilistic terminology.
Infiltrate's a good one. Athletes. Being an athlete, I would love to work with baseball players, basketball players, hockey players, like any athlete trying to get some sort of help. Because I think, men's fashion is growing everywhere, and especially with the NBA having these like the tunnel walks, and baseball for whatever reason doing some big things for all-star games. Like I want to get some clients in the athlete world. Just because we connect, I can be like, yeah, man, I used to play, that kind of.
Yeah, you could probably form a different kind of relationship with the athletes.
Yeah, I think so.
To some other stylists in that industry.
So we'll see. I bug my manager all the time about like trying to get other people, and there's still some like a country artist that I really want, a couple of them. So I'm constantly bothering my manager about like getting more and more people. So we'll see what happens. But in terms of what you want for this podcast. If you were to have like a almost like an artist statement about this, like when you tell your friends about this podcast, like where we're going, what we have in mind, what do you say?
I tell them that it's a challenge of two minds talking about the same thing from totally different perspectives with essentially no common ground in between.
Yeah.
So it's there's debates, there's comedy, there's story times. It's a wide variety of entertainment. And the main point that I think we're going to try to get across is that fashion can be easy, fashion can be comfortable, getting dressed can be fun, exciting, and rewarding, and like confidence building. Yeah. And we're here to support that and sort of guide our audience in a way.
And make it a conversation. I feel like guys are, I don't know, they just don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk. Usually, I mean, from the people I listen to for other podcasts or sports stuff, it's always the wife buying stuff for the husband, and like, oh yeah, my wife bought me the shirt, so I decided to wear it. I'd rather the men take the bull by the horns and be like, no, I went out and bought this shirt and I thought it looked cool and I'm wearing it, So I think we're here for the everyday man and of trying to make men dress better. And I think by us breaking down red carpets, we're going to like talk, we're going to love it. We're going to hate it, but we're also going to tell you like where you could go to maybe get it cheaper, right? Like, some of the stuff that people are wearing is obviously higher end brands, Gucci, Saint Laurent, like stuff like that. When we can send you to a store that's selling something similar and price effective, and I think we can try and help our listeners that way too, right?
Yeah, we've got a team of like 25 researchers.
Yeah.
We have a lot of valuable information upcoming in the near future. I think what we're really going to be diving into in the next few episodes are red carpets, reviews, right?
We're coming up on award season.
I'm super stoked to do reviews and shit because I
it's gonna be
sit by
fun.
myself in the dark
Yeah.
scrolling on Vogue Runway app going, yeah, that works, that doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm excited now for this year because the past 5-6 years I've been upset about I've been a part of some of them, right? But when I'm not a part of some of the red carpets, I'm like, why am I not dressing this person, or why am I not working with this person, or why didn't that publicist hit me up for this person? Now I'm excited to be able to talk about it, and I think that's also why we wanted to start the podcast, was because when you watch E or when you watch ABC, when you see these people try and break down these red carpets, it just doesn't. It seems just so like they're
talking
show.
like this, and
I
they're
know.
just
Yeah.
talking about the
and like they're always like loving like the really like really big, and I just wanted to like talk about like the tailoring and like the clean looks, and I don't know, I heard I was never hearing my voice or a voice that I really related to, and I wanted to bring that. I was like, fuck it, if I'm not hearing it, then like you be the voice. So let's be the voice.
Let's
right?
fucking go, dude.
No, we're excited, and obviously we hope that you come along for the ride with us, man. Like this is gonna be a lot of fun, and it'll be challenging. It'll be a lot of work, but we're up for it, man.
It'll be a bumpy one, but we'll keep you safe along the
ride. What else do we have to say? Do you have any questions for me? Do I have any questions for you about where we're at?
I'm still hungry. I think I might order a pizza.
Well, you have that other double cheese.
Eating pizza.
Yeah.
So.
No, but yeah, I'm psyched, and I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, and it's also gonna be fun just getting to know you, dude. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so tough not to call you by your real name, but it's fine. You're fine.
I can't relate to the getting to know you part, but
yeah, it's fine.
I am excited to call you by your real name.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and we're gonna be very open. So family members who are listening to this, you're gonna be thrown out.
Yeah, there's gonna. I haven't told anybody about this yet. I think probably by like episode 50 will be the big reveal where my entire family's in the back. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's been a couple of friends that I've like sent this to just to like, hey, any feedback would be great, and I haven't heard from them yet. So it's like, shit, maybe this sucks.
Well,
that's fine.
I hope you've enjoyed the show.
Either way, man, I'm excited, and let's do this thing, dude.